Hi everyone, welcome to my book launch and thank you so much for being here tonight. Mattie and the Wolverines is my middle grade hockey novel that's set here on the Canadian prairie, pretty much right in this local area here in Northwest Calgary. And it celebrates the high-spirited and fun-loving nature of kids hockey. So here's my book. Here it is. And I just wanted to let you know, it's honestly, I say those kinds of things, but honestly, it's really a fun story. I know I enjoy middle grade fiction, and I think even parents would enjoy reading it to their kid. And it's got lots of shenanigans in it, and it's even got a playlist at the end called Dave's Playlist. So I think, and you'll get a sneak peek at that tonight. I will be sharing Dave's playlist with you a little bit later. So hang on for that. And please, everybody, feel free to participate. You can put comments in the comments section. You can ask questions. You could let me know maybe who you think will win the Stanley Cup this year. You could let me know where you're watching from. You could ask questions. There will be a Q&A later on, so please feel free to ask questions. And even if I don't get back to you, right away with the question, I promise that I will in the next couple of days. So yeah, I just wanted you to know that. So obviously in my book, it has several themes, and some of the main themes are friendship and bullying, because the main character he acquires an enemy. So bullying is a theme, and also the importance of community. But I think, honestly, most central to the novel or the story are the themes of hobbies and sports, obviously. And I think we can all sure recognize that in this time that, is where things are so different and there are so many cancellations. I think we're realizing the value of sports and hobbies and how important they are to our well-being. So I will start with sports. I think everybody knows that with increased physical fitness, we see an association, a pretty high association with cognitive performance, and so it helps with memory and learning. So pretty important stuff. And something cool that I learned was the fact that exercise actually forces your brain to for the central nervous system, which is your brain and spinal cord, is forced to interact and communicate with the sympathetic nervous system that is responsible for your fight or flight response. So that's stress time. So you don't want to have that happening. And so the fact of doing some exercise helps to coordinate and keep that healthy. And exercise is a really strong preventative thing in terms of depression and anxiety. So, really important things to do with exercise and fitness. And in particular for kids, the benefit of exercise is we see an increase in self-esteem. Those pats on the back and the handshakes at the end of the game are all really good reinforcers for kids, good positive reinforcement. Also social skills, learning to cooperate and respect for others is something that a child would get from participation in sports. And the third thing was interesting to me. It was, it promotes something called a growth mindset. And I think we could really maybe even think that it's such a simple thing in a way, but it's a really important thing when we see that with practice and effort equals improvement. And if a child can, expand that and generalize that toward even school achievement or anything they do in life. I know when I was joking to my daughter that one time when I was young, I thought if I couldn't play brilliantly, like some kind of prodigy on the piano, I thought, well, then it was hopeless. So I think I didn't really appreciate the growth mindset at that point. So very important benefits for the kid and for children, teens, anybody, to do with sports. Next, I think I'll talk about hobbies. And I guess the thing that I really wanted to stress with the hobbies is that it's not frivolous. Hobbies are not frivolous. They're really important. And I think, again, in this time with COVID going on and with people missing out on the things that they normally do, I think, I know people have missed out on tennis matches, some of the big things. I know the CFL isn't running, the Grey Cup this year. I know that I've been stopped with my singing, and that was really disappointing. But hobbies are not frivolous. They're really important to our well-being. I think that, it was interesting when I looked up some older people, including Kurt Vonnegut, who contacted an art teacher, got Kurt Vonnegut to weigh in on the importance of hobbies, and he responded and had a lot of really positive things to say about hobbies. And there's something happening, I'm not sure. If you can hear me, just send a wow. That would help. I hope you can hear me okay. So, good. So, at any rate, hobbies. I'm a little mixed up now. So, yeah, hobbies are not frivolous. Julia Child said, who was, of course, the famous cook, of course, and there's so many hobbies people might have. I mean, there's cooking, oh gosh, reading even, music. Some people do music as a livelihood, but it's also can be done as a hobby. Knitting, woodwork, collecting baseball cards, making wooden bowls. I met a lady the other day who made miniature dollhouse pieces and dollhouse, period. And it was amazing. And she got so much joy from that, and I thought that was really neat. So Bill Brownridge too. Bill Brownridge does those beautiful outdoor hockey rink pictures, and he really had pause. And he's 88, he's publishing something else coming up soon, and he does a blog, and he writes so many things about finding your passion, in terms of a hobby. And Julia Child said, find something you're passionate about and keep tremendously interested in it. And I thought that was great advice. For kids, in terms of kids' development, and hobbies provide, again, like the sports, an increase in self-esteem. They're a venue for self-expression, a vehicle for self-expression. So it's a positive thing for kids when they're sort of at that age where they're finding out about their identity and figuring out who they are. It promotes the setting and achieving of goals, and it increases social connections. It's a way to bond with people if you find other people that like baseball cards or working on cars or whatever. It helps with stress, like the sports. But it promotes a thing we call flow, and so it's kind of a peaceful feeling. I guess kind of a happy mind. I guess Zen-like kind of feeling, when you're doing that hobby that you love. I think one of the big things was that about a hobby is that if something else goes wrong, with your hobby, you kind of have something where your eggs are not all in one basket. So you kind of have that, yeah, but maybe I didn't do so well in this, but my singing went really well, or something like that. So lots of positive benefits for kids to do with hobbies. So please let me know if you want. You can please type in what hobbies you liked as a kid or what you like to do now. I'd love to hear that. And I guess we are on to just about ready for the second period. Okay, I thought it's the second period now. If if anyone didn't realize. And I'm going to do a reading right now. And it's going to be a bit of a, I guess it's not, there's so many fun parts in the story, but this is going to be a bit of a dramatic reading, I guess. So, the Wolverines scored once more thanks to Max, and the Bashers also scored 2 goals in the second period, with the score remaining at 2-2 late into the third period. With 2 minutes remaining in the game, it would likely be Mattie's last shift before overtime. He looped around and saw the puck along the boards past the blue line in their zone. It made him a little vulnerable. It wasn't called the danger zone for no reason. But sometimes, he thought, you gotta risk it for the biscuit, as they said. He swooped in, carefully extracting the puck, even though he could hear someone approaching. Just as he was starting on his way back to the front of the net, before he had time to position himself a little lower and safer, one of the Bashers sent him hard into the boards of the rink. A searing pain went through his upper chest as he crashed into them. He had to catch his breath and instinctively crouched to help himself. But when he did catch his breath, he felt his shoulder hurting more with every heave, like someone was stepping on it. He fell to the ice and heard the whistle as he lay motionless. The ice shuddered. So that's my little reading from the novel. And now it's time for the draw. So I'm going to be giving away 2 books, and 2 books that will be signed. So I'm going to choose some names right now. Or maybe the lovely and talented Imogen could help choose some names. Jeez. Okay. Okay, we've got Sue McNames and Kathy Hallett Manzoni. So those, oh, and Bubbles. Okay, Bubbles, it's exciting. So congratulations, Kathy and Sue McNames. I will be in touch with you and get your address, and I will send you out those books. So, great. Okay. And now I promised I would give a little sneak peek at Dave's playlist. Now, Dave's playlist had some fun songs. Honestly, when I was writing the story, I would sit and listen to 70s music to inspire me. And a lot of these tunes were ones that I listened to. And so a lot of the groups that are on the list here are Canadian bands, because I was mindful to keep, a lot of Canadian content. And so here is a sneak peek for you people to see Dave's playlist. Let me know if you can see that. Hopefully that's okay. I can actually read out some of them. Thunderstruck, of course, there are a lot of AC/DC songs. I Love It Loud, Kiss, Hall of Fame, The Script, This Beat Goes On, The Kings, Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne, Danger Zone, Kenny Loggins, Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses, Moonlight Desires, Gowan, Fly at Night, Chilliwack, No Sugar Tonight, The Guess Who. Oh my gosh, Cotton Eye Joe has to be on there. And Hockey Night in Canada by Dolores Claman, which I would love to have put at the very beginning, but because of copyright, I couldn't do that. So The Good Old Hockey Game, oh gosh, so lots of really good tunes. So thank you so much for being here, and if you have any other questions, I am totally happy to answer them, and I will do so on the, when I get hold of it in the next day or so. So thank you so much. It means a lot to me that you were here. And we will see you around again. Thank you.